He just has a huge reaction. And all I'm asking him to do is, in a soft way, but in a connected way. It's his choice, but he don't have to run off. He can trust me that I'm not going to hurt him, but I'm preparing him for the real world by putting pressure on him and teaching him how to handle that pressure. Great job. Hey y'all, Nate Eicher from Eicher Ranch in the great state of Texas. Today we're going to be working with this 5-year-old gelding. We're going back to the foundation, back to the round pen to work on a few things with him. He's a little reactive and we're going back and keep working on that foundation. I'll see y'all in there. So today we're going to be working with a horse we call Old Red. He's a 5-year-old gelding, and a little bit of history on him. I did Road to the Horse, the wild card competition back in 2022, and he was the horse I selected for that. Basically, it's a 3-day competition, and you have a few hours to take a horse that's basically been untouched and do an obstacle course and a freestyle and a couple things in there. You have to be riding your horse, so it's a lot we're packing in there in 3 days. He was pretty good for the competition. He was tough in some ways. He was really reactive in some ways. But after the competition, he went back to the 4-6 ranch and he was there for a while. And we ended up buying him and bringing him over to our ranch. After he was here, he got put back out in the field. We haven't done a whole lot with him. You know, he might have 60 days or so of training, and that's kind of been inconsistent. So he's a pretty green broke horse, and I want to go back to the foundation here and work on getting him to think before he reacts, because he's a pretty reactive and athletic kind of a horse. So just a couple things we're going to be working on today is getting him to think before he reacts, getting him softer through his body, and working on joining up here in the round pen, and we'll get to it. All right, so when I start working with a horse, I like to have him turn loose in the round pen here, because you can really tell a lot about a horse when you don't have a hold of them. And so I like to do quite a bit of free work, and I've done some of that with him. I just want to take it to a deeper level. And so, you know, I like to use a flag to help my horse move away from me, but also to desensitize. And part of what's going on with him is when something moves quick, he tends to kind of react pretty big, and he's a big, strong horse. So I want to help him soften his mind and learn to think before he reacts. And part of how I'm going to do that is ask him to do different things in here. You know, horses watch our body language a lot, and they read our body language. And like I said, I've worked with him a number of times, so he understands a few things about what we're doing here, but you'll kind of see pretty quick where his holes are. When I'm walking toward the hind quarter of my horse with any kind of energy, I want him to move away from that energy. Then when I relax, I want him to relax to it. But if I go to move something quick, you know, you can see how his head shot up there, but he didn't run away from it. So that was good on his part. There we go. Excellent. When I take that pressure away, that's his release. Great job. And you might wonder, why I'm walking around him like this. Part of the reason for that is I want my horses to bend in their body. When they bend in their body, they learn how to relax. But also, I'm teaching my horse how to be responsive. I want my horse responsive, not reactive. See how he's really bending his body into a nice arc? That's really great right there. So I'll keep bringing him back to the middle here. And see, what I'm asking for him to do is commit. I'm asking for commitment here. It's not a lot of pressure, but there he kind of moved out. So we're just going to go ahead and here I'm asking for a flat-footed trot. He might jump around and lope a little bit. I'm putting just enough of pressure on him to get a flat-footed trot. So right there, I'm going to slow my body down. And keep everything nice and slow. I'm not looking to go around here a long time, just a few revolutions. As long as his ear is on me. There, he's getting flat-footed, so I'm going to just step off to the side here. And basically, I'm taking the pressure off and seeing what he'll do with that when I take the pressure away. Then I'll walk back here and I'm just seeing if he'll hook up to me, and basically, some people call this joining up. But all I'm doing is asking him to step across with his hind end, and that was really good right there, so I took the pressure away. The way I look at it is I'm getting the horse's mind, getting his mind connected to me, so when situations start getting tough, he can look to me through that situation instead of going with his instincts, which is to have fight or flight. There we go. See, he's really trying hard there. And you might say, well, why don't you release him right there? And I've done this a number of times with him, so I'm just taking him a little deeper with it. See, here he's blocking me with his shoulder. So I'm asking him to move that shoulder over, please. And then, see, he's losing commitment right here, and I'm fine with that, because we can come out here and work on that flat trot without him bouncing around. There he went to lope, so I just slow myself down a little bit. Not a big deal. See if we can get a flat-footed trot again. There, his mind is starting to slow down. He'll figure out that he doesn't have to bounce around. And he'll figure out that he don't have to work so hard. There we go. And I'll take that pressure away. And see, he let down there, he's licking. But his head is moving, he's looking around a lot, so I'm just waiting for that mind to slow down before I ask for anything else. All right. Then we'll go back to, I'm just putting a little bit of pressure, just a little bit of pressure on that hind quarter and the back end of his rib cage. And I'm just asking him to walk in a circle around me, his hind end especially. So here I'm going to fade out because he started to leave. Now I'm putting pressure back on him. Here I'm fading out. Here I'm putting pressure back on. And it's a delicate situation here where I can't put too much on or he's going to leave. There we go. So I keep bringing his mind back to me. And I'm just looking for a little bit more commitment before I reward him. See, right here, I'm going to ask him to leave and then draw again. And then just slowly work my way back in. And if we can get some try here where he's locking down a little more with his front end, I'll ask him to move his front end there just a little bit. Great job. But before I reward him too much, I want commitment. He's got such a huge move about him and the way he reacts. There we go. He made the decision to try it again. But it's really hard for him to bend to the left. If you watch his front end, see how it's walking away? That's because he doesn't want to bend to the left too much. So I'm just going to push him away in a soft way. He just has a huge reaction. And all I'm asking him to do is have a nice flowing trot around here. One thing I work on in the Roundpen is teaching them how to flow in a flat-footed kind of a way. A lot of horses want to bounce around when we first come in here. So I'm just teaching him how to flow around in a flat way. So they'll do the same thing under saddle. Same thing they do in here, they'll do under saddle when you go to ride them. Okay, so that's getting a lot flatter. He's kept that for a circle and a half. So we're going to take that pressure away. And there he's letting down again. And he's really looking for me to reward him. And I have in the release part of it. But in a way, he really wants me to rub on him. And normally I would on a really scared, worried kind of a horse. But with where he's at, I'm asking for a little more commitment on what we're doing here. There's give and take in it. There we go. There we go. Now you deserve a rub. Or I'll let you have one. You know, we can go love on our horses at any time, but when you do it at the right time, they're going to keep trying for you instead of taking advantage of you. Good job. Horses are very smart animals. Very smart. So here again, I'm asking for the hind end to step over, and he's just not quite wanting to commit with that front end. There we go. It's getting there. Starting to get a little bit of bend to his body. There we go. A very nice step across. So I'm going to reward that again. Excellent job. And if you notice on this side over here how much bend he has compared to the other side, he's way more comfortable on this side. Let's get that shoulder to step just a little bit. There we go. There we go. We're teaching him to slow his mind down through these maneuvers. See, his front end kind of ran away, so we adjusted accordingly. I adjusted what I was doing. There, but his front end just locked up a little too much. I want the front end free, but not running away from me. So I'm basically controlling every step he takes with what I'm doing. There we go. Excellent move right there. He stepped over with his front end, stepped real nice with his hind end, and everything was free. His body had a nice little bend to it. So we're going to build on that. Great job. So here again, see where he's at. So the front end is starting to stay in this small circle. There we go. There we go. Now see if we can get a step with the front end. And draw. I raised the flag there a little bit because he was getting locked down with his front end. Right there again. Good job. Basically, he just wasn't responding, so I put on a little bit of pressure with the flag movement. Here's give and take. There we go. So I paused. Now I'm asking for another couple steps. Pause again. Reward. And we'll do it one more time on this side and then go back to the other side. So if I put any pressure, see how he left with the front end? So we'll just go ahead and ask him to step over there and draw him again. And there he let down. Great job. Then we'll go back to it. He just doesn't have quite the commitment on this side that we're looking for yet. It's pretty close though. There we go. Can we get it again? Since he left the last time, we're going to ask for it a few more times here. See, I want the back end to lead, the hind foot to lead. Can I have enough of control on his mind? See, right here we're going to send him just a touch. See, he's getting a little more bend with his body here. He's starting to round, move his nose to the inside more. Starting to round up just a little more there. Great job. Great. Relaxing him through the neck, the shoulder, and the rib cage here. Getting him to soften up. Now we can desensitize and work on anything else we want to work on. But if we need somewhere to go with it, if he gets distracted, then we can bring his mind back to us by moving his feet in a soft way, but in a connected way. And then go back to desensitizing. Good. Just enough to not freak him out. That was almost too much. It was a little bit outside his comfort zone, but it wasn't enough to freak him out. So when he does something like that, I'm going to bring his mind back. I'm going to bring his mind back through stepping his feet around in a circle and controlling each step. Great. And then I'll rub him, maybe with my hand, maybe with the flag, to reward him and relax him. And my body is relaxed, so I can desensitize. And he trusts me enough that he's not going to run off. But he's still a little worried about it, about the noise and the quickness of the movement. So it's a relationship I have to build, continue to build. He has all the freedom he wants to run off when things get too tough. Good job. But I'm teaching him that it's not necessary. It's his choice, but he don't have to run off. He can trust me that I'm not going to hurt him. But I'm preparing him for the real world by putting pressure on him and teaching him how to handle that pressure. Great job. So just good progress. You know, it's a lot of little things in there that we're working on, but he's doing great with it, and we'll just keep building on it. Hope you all enjoyed this session, and we'll keep working on Old Red and see where we get. Hey, if you all enjoyed this session, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and feel free to share it. I'll see you all next time.